Good morning, greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day in The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is a renewing system, it is designed divinely to heal itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you have questions about something you may have heard about or read about or ingredients or formulations, we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, if you have questions about our Truth Skin Health products, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. You can check out all our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com, and you can also check out the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. We've got news stories, blog posts, videos, lots of great health information, and of course, all your favorite longevity products, and a Join the Team Now link that you can click on if you want to start a longevity business. For a one-time $25 fee, you can be in business for yourself. If you're an entrepreneur, it's a perfect way to enter into the health field. You can earn as much money or as little money as you like. You can make your own hours. You can write off your home office. And of course, even if you just want to get your products at the wholesale price, you can be a distributor for a one-time $25 fee and be a member of the Brightside Ben team. Call 866-735-2470 for more information, or click on the Join the Team Now link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. We have been talking about the very, 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 very small nature of health, the tiniest nature, the quantum nature, the most abstract nature of how the body operates that there is. The universe is a very vast place, people. Huge. It's incomprehensibly huge. Our tiny little brains can't even predict how many jelly beans are in a bottle. You ever look at these jelly bean things, or these beans in a jar, and you're supposed to count them? We can't even compute what that means. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. The universe operates on scales that are trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and infinite trillions of times bigger than we can comprehend, and we lose our power. Now, you're not going to be able to comprehend it, obviously, but you can stretch, you can reach. That's on the big level, and on the small level, you can reach to the quantum level. And whether you do it or not, you don't have to do it, but we lose our power when we don't. That's why we allow a doctor to take our gallbladders out. There are 500,000 gallbladders removed every year, and we think it's okay because it's just an organ. We don't understand the interactions, the systems nature of all the parts of the body at the quantum nature, at the quantum level, or at the tissue level, or at the organ level. There's so much complexity. It's no wonder that most of us just give up. And we just say, take it out. I've been talking to a lot of people now who've had their thyroids taken out. And I am telling you, unless you have cancer, if you have cancer, you have cancer. And really, not all nodules are cancer. And one of the major reasons they take thyroids out is because of Graves' disease, hyperthyroidism. Doctors feel comfortable, and patients just do whatever the doctors say because we don't appreciate the teeny tiny nature of health, which is the quantum nature. We still are operating on Newtonian physics, on a Newtonian physics model. That is mechanical physics, engineering the body as a bunch of parts that are sort of stuck, connected to each other, and somehow it's okay to remove a part to make the body better. We don't see the field. We don't see how everything is interacting because we're operating in a mechanical place from a mechanical point of view, not a quantum point of view. The body doesn't operate primarily on mechanics. It operates on frequencies. It operates on resonance. It operates on electronics. That's what we've been talking about. And I know it sounds airy-fairy, but that's really what health is about. Health is a quantum phenomena. It's healing is voltage. And the ironic thing is that even though any physicist will tell you that the body is a quantum system, quantum device, quantum entity, and any electrophysicist will tell you that healing is voltage, but that's the stuff that the representatives of the medical model will call woo-woo and make fun of. And by the way, the term medical model is a term that was coined in 1971 by the psychiatrist R.D. Laing, who wrote a book called The Divided Self. He wrote a bunch of books, actually. I think this was in The Divided Self. He's a psychiatrist. And R.D. Laing said that the medical model is, he's actually the first guy who came up with the term, and he defined it as everything that the doctors learn in, I'm paraphrasing here, everything that the doctors learn in medical school. That's the medical model. And the fact is, it doesn't work. Just look how sick we are. Our medical model doesn't work because it's mechanical. It's operating on drugs and surgeries. It's absurd when you come down, when you understand that even a little bit about the electrical nature of the body, which is what we've been talking about. Health and wellness really boil down to one thing. As complicated as the body is, Albert Einstein was famous for asking. Albert Einstein said the most important question facing humanity is the universe a friendly place? And he might as well have been talking about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system in the human body. Because just like it's the most important question facing human beings, is the universe a friendly place? It's the most important question facing humans, facing a human. Is the universe a friendly place? If we don't see the universe as a friendly place from a fundamental perspective, if we're looking at the universe as a non-friendly place, we will be sympathetic. We will be primarily operating sympathetically. And the more we see the universe as a non-friendly place, the more we'll be operating from a sympathetic point of view, a sympathetic perspective. And by that I mean sympathetic versus parasympathetic. If we see the universe as a friendly place, we will be parasympathetic. And if you want to be healthy, you want to figure out how to activate the parasympathetic nervous system at will. At will. That's how we doctor ourselves. The parasympathetic nervous system is your safety nervous system. This is what it means to be saved. It's the religious idea of being saved refers to the parasympathetic nervous system. It's to be safe. Our most important health imperative is to feel safe in the world. If you think that's airy-fairy, you are missing a powerful place to control your biochemistry. The autonomic nervous system, the nervous system of fear or the nervous system of safety, is an electrical system that turns the outside world into health or not health. And it's all about how the energy from the outside world impacts us. And we can control it. We can control the response by seeing how the body responds, by seeing the world in a friendly place. If you can't see it in a friendly place, make it up. That's where affirmations come from. Find where where the universe is good. It's not airy-fairy, it's neurological. And it all happens through the magic of hormones. Hormones, what we call hormones, are the way that the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system show up chemically. So it goes electrical to chemical. The chemicals are hormones. And this is the problem with playing around with your hormones. Estrogen, by the way, tells the body it's not safe. Estrogen is an alertness hormone. It's a growth hormone. It's a stress hormone. It tells the body it's not safe. That's the biggest problem with estrogen replacement therapy, by the way. All right. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. on the bright side, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number, and we do have lines open for you, 844-236-6010. The longevity products are all available at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. There's also a Join the Team Now link that you can click on if you want to sign up and join the Brightside Ben team. And check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. We've got new products coming out here in the next few weeks. We've put out a couple of new products in the last few weeks. Our Truth Energizing Exfoliator is the latest member of our Truth family of treatments. Our Energizing Exfoliator is a low pH polyelectrolyte mineral exfoliator. I call it energizing exfoliator because of the polyelectrolytes. We're going to talk about electrolytes here in the coming days. Electrolytes are delivery systems for electrons. Electrons are how cells heal. Cells heal themselves by sucking up electronic energy, and by allowing the influx of electronic energy, or improving the influx of electronic energy, or supporting the influx of electronic energy into a cell, you get healing. That's what it means when they say healing is voltage. So electro skincare, electro cosmetics are going to be the latest thing that you're going to probably start to hear about a lot in the coming years, but we're the first people to do it at Truth. Electro skincare, electro cosmetics. It's all up at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. And we do have lines open at 844-236-6010. So it all boils down to the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system when it comes to how healthy we are. These two nervous systems interact with the hormone system, and the hormone system is what is the major communicating mechanism for cells to understand what's happening in the world. So you see something, you see a lion, the light waves hit the lion, they bounce off and hit your eyes. Nobody really sees a lion, all we see is photons. That's pretty cool right there, by the way. We don't see the world. We just perceive energy. That's about as airy-fairy as it gets, people. There's no world out there. It's just energy, and we're perceiving it. In the case of light, and in the case of a lion, it's light, also sound probably, bounces off the lion and bounces into our ears or into our eyes, and then it gets converted into chemistry, and then somehow or another that message goes from the brain, the chemical energy goes into the brain, and it activates the nervous system. And the nervous system perceives that information as safe or not safe. If it perceives it as not safe, your digestion stops. Your blood pressure goes up. Your heart works harder. Your immune system is suppressed. You're more susceptible to cancer. You're more susceptible to immune diseases. Your skin is more sensitive. You're aging more rapidly. It is as connected, it is as intimately connected as that. The body goes into fear mode in response to fearfully interpreted stimuli. I noticed I said interpreted. We interpret it. And that's what makes us, ultimately, is what causes all the things we hate about life, including insomnia, by the way. You know how many people I talk to a week that have insomnia? It is crazy. Everybody almost after a certain age. And it's about the stress hormone system, the sympathetic nervous system. When you can't sleep at night, you are in sympathetic overdrive almost by definition. When you wake up in the middle of the night, it's because your sympathetic nervous system kicks in almost by definition. I would go as far as say by definition. That's one of the hallmark signs of sympathetic nervous system activation. Go get a book called Accessing the Power of the Vagus Nerve, if that sounds like you, and learn about your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is the nerve that controls the parasympathetic nervous system. And we talk about things like taking hot showers and or warm showers, warm baths, deep breathing. All of these are ways to activate the parasympathetic nervous system through the vagus nerve. Breathing especially, slow, deep, rhythmic breathing. This autonomic nervous system connection to how our body shows up is mind-body medicine. And if you think it's woo-woo, then you're missing a powerful leverage point. Religions understood this. Religions understand this. Religious dogma is about the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. It's about the two polar ways of living life, of observing life, of being alive. To be safe, to be saved is parasympathetic. To be sympathetic is to be in fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's the deceiver. Fear is deceit. It's not true. It's a lie. Who's the father of lies? Satan. So you got Christ the Savior, Satan the deceiver. That's the sympathetic nervous system. That's the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. Jesus is love. Love is the classic parasympathetic nervous system feeling or psychological element. Parasympathetic nervous system is about love. Sympathetic nervous system is about fear. You're either with me or against me, Jesus says. That's what it's saying. You're either parasympathetic net or sympathetic net. And this is not airy-fairy. This is electrical. This is quantum, bioelectrical. Our power comes from the foundation. You can think of how like a pyramid with a foundation, the big foundation. If you're going to lift up something, you want to lift it from the bottom. That's what it means to understand something. You stand under it. If you want to be at the lowest point to be able to lift things, to be able to work with an abstract idea and abstract ideas like we're talking about, you got to understand. You got to stand under it. That means you work at the foundation, the most basic level. The most basic level in the body is quantum, which is electrical. And by the way, we can control according to quantum physics. And this is pretty much accepted principle of quantum physics, is we have a lot of control over the quantum at the quantum level by our consciousness, by our awareness, by paying attention. That's why paying attention is so powerful. We can change our quantum nature as it shows up electrically by paying attention. And electricity is where it all shows up. That's the first place the quantum field shows up in the body, is at the electrical level. And the electrical level is the macro electrical level manifests itself as what we call food. Our food is the macro electrical way that we can control what's in the body from an electrical standpoint, or one of the ways. The mental and emotional are other ways too. But food is a powerful way. And that's why you got to pay so much attention to what you're eating. And that's why the less you eat, the better off you are. Because when we eat less food, we're interfering with the chemistry as little as possible, with the quantum nature as little as possible. Food is a major disruptor of the chemistry of the body. Major. And when I say the chemistry, I'm talking about the electricity fundamentally. So when we eat food, we are causing a major disruption in the body. It's like, I often think of the beginning of MASH, the TV show MASH, how it's like incoming, and they're all the helicopters come to the surgical unit, the surgical hospital, and all the doctors run to greet the helicopter and the wounded. That's what it's like in your digestive system. It's like an alarm going off, and all this chemistry has to kick in order to take care of the food, including immune system chemistry. It's almost a miracle why why we're not sicker when we eat our food than we are. I mean, we're pretty darn sick from our food, but it's a miracle that we're not sicker. Food has to be so respected because it's a major disruptor of the quantum electrical system of the body and the chemistry of the body. And when I say food, I'm talking about macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are where the electrons are stored, and micronutrients are where the electrons are switched around from. The transistors, as we said yesterday, the traces on the computer chips, that's the micronutrients. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open, and we'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. Got lines open for you if you're trying to get through. Our engineer is a one-arm paper hanger, so just keep ringing if you're trying to get through. We'll get to you here in a moment. Let's see, 844-236-6010 is our number, and we do have a couple lines open for you, 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470 or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And if you'd like to purchase our Truth Skin Health products, they're all up at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. We also have a blog and news stories on brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. Lots of good health information. And also a skin health blog at truthtreatments.com. Okay, we'll get your calls here in just a moment, and as I say, just hang tight if you're ringing in. We've got one engineer trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. All right, we'll get to this. We'll read a couple stories, then we'll get to your phone calls. This is from the journal Cell Stem Cell. That's the online issue of Cell Stem Cell. Untangling tau, researchers find a druggable target for treating Alzheimer's disease. Now they want to destroy the amyloid that is associated with the amyloid plaques that are associated with Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is marked by the formation of plaques of hard fibrous tissue, amyloid protein, that fills in destroyed brain tissue. And so the brilliant medical model now is trying to figure out how to get rid of the plaques. Not how to build the brain, not how to prevent the damage, because it doesn't understand that the brain gets damaged like the joints get damaged or any other tissue gets damaged, and the body responds to that damage by the production of fibers. That's what Alzheimer's disease is. So the drug companies now want to come up with druggable targets for destruction to improve the prognosis in Alzheimer's disease. Currently, there are no treatments for the dementia that's associated with Alzheimer's disease. There are no treatments for dementia. There are no drugs that can take care of it. So the drug companies are looking to focus on the plaques. Interestingly, just last week, another article came out. This one associating an exercise hormone with protection against Alzheimer's disease. This is what I'm talking about here. There's a hormone called irisin. Irisin is an exercise hormone. An exercise hormone, folks, is linked to protection from Alzheimer's disease. Why? Not because of the irisin, but because of the exercise. When the body is stressed, when the body goes under exercise, blood supply increases, oxygenation to tissues increases, repair upregulates, growth hormone is stimulated. When was the last time a doctor wrote a prescription for somebody who had dementia for exercise? But they're working on drugs to destroy the amyloid, which is the body's response to the destruction of the tissue. Alzheimer's disease, by the way, is reversible. Dementia, I should say, is reversible. Always backtrack to foods and get your dementia patients or your dementia relatives on a nutritional supplement program. Beyond Tangy Tangerine alone will make a huge difference, not to mention omega fatty acids and vitamin E and reducing sugar intake and protecting or patching up a leaky gut, cleaning out the blood. Guess what? Everything we talk about with the triangle of disease, every single thing you could do to improve the triangle of disease is going to dramatically, profoundly, and very, very quickly begin to reverse the effects of dementia. And Alzheimer's disease is early onset dementia. So when I say Alzheimer's disease, I really mean dementia, all dementia. Even if you're dealing with an elderly person, cognition can be improved dramatically and quickly if you do it correctly. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Richard in Florida, who has been holding on for a long time. Good morning, Richard. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Ben. I've got a question. I understand from your discussion about juicing and all how important that is. But
Very
I was wondering, because I've been seeing products coming out, superfood powders that, basically are extracts of fruits and vegetables.
They're convenient. They're convenient.
Would it be still make an improvement? Because sometimes it's not easy for me
depending
to
on the product. I mean, I'd have to see the formula in the product. But yes, nothing beats juice, though. The living juice, the electrons. All those living electrons that are in juice, fresh veggie juice, they can't be duplicated. However, what you could do with the powder is you can use it to bump up the nutritional value of your juice, number one.
Okay.
And number two, they're also much more convenient than having a refrigerator full of vegetables. A refrigerator full of vegetables is definitely the way to go. But, for convenience sake, for traveling, they do have a place. And also, as I say, to bump up the nutritional value of anything else you're doing. Even if you're just doing a protein smoothie. If you're just doing protein with an egg, with maybe some almond milk and fiber and aminos and whatever you're doing, you can throw in a scoop of juice powder or also algae powder. Algae is really good stuff. So or chlorella. You can use it to bump up your nutritional value. But I would not deprive myself of wonderful, delicious, fresh vegetable juice.
Right. And for cleansing out the blood, would celery juice be the best way
Yeah,
to
but you
go,
don't want to
or?
think about it that way. Celery juice, yes, is extremely cleansing. It's got something in it called it's got nitrogen, which supports nitric oxide, which improves vasodilation. It's got the bioflavonoids, and it's got it's got the bioflavonoids, and it's also got electrolytes. It's got some really good stuff in it. Absolutely, celery does. However, excuse me, to clean the blood, the most important strategy is to not put this stuff into the blood. That's the best way to clean the blood, in my opinion. All right, and then also chelation is good too. Vitamin C helps clean the blood. Anything you can do that has chelating properties, selenium, sulfur. I think we talked about that yesterday. Chelating nutrients can be very helpful for cleaning the blood. And yes, I don't want to say celery is not useful. It is, but the most important thing to do is to patch up the leaky gut and to keep the toxins from going in. That's
Gotcha.
a food
thing
diary elimination
about
diet. I'm sorry?
The last thing is the Vagus Nerve book.
Yes.
What was the title of that?
Accessing the vagus nerve, and I forgot the author.
Okay.
I'll have to find the author of that. But yeah, it's got a lot of practical exercises in it, and a lot of good science in it as well. And more we're going to hear about this idea of accessing the healing power of the vagus nerve. It's called.
Great. Well, thank you so much, sir.
All right, buddy. Have a good day. Thank you,
too.
Richard, for your
Bye.
call. And let's move on. Let's stay in the South and talk to Steve in Arkansas. Good morning, Steve. What's up, buddy?
Good morning. Hey, my dad's 85, and he has gone to his doctor because from his wrist to about his mid-bicep on both arms is burning. And he told him that it was from sun damage when he was younger.
No, that's
and
nonsense.
He went to a dermatologist, said the same thing, said there's nothing they could do.
He's 85, you said?
85, healthy,
And it's
strong
is
as a
it the
bull.
skin that's burning, or is it the nerves underneath?
Skin.
The skin is
Well,
burning.
they told him it was underneath.
It sounds like a neuropathy. It sounds like neuropathy to me. Does he have any other tingling or restless leg or anything like that? Burning in the feet?
I don't think so.
Okay,
No,
sounds
sir, I don't think
sounds
so.
to me like neuropathy, which is a classic sign that the blood sugar is starting to get messed up. Hang on, Steve. Got to take a commercial. We'll come back. We'll finish up when we come back. So hang on. All right, I'm Farm Spend. Got lines open 844-236-6010. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. Pharmacist Ben here. Got lines open 844-236-6010. We're talking to Steve in Arkansas. Are you there, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so burning now, I want to make a distinction here. I'm assuming it's deep down in the nerves, not the skin itself, correct?
Well,
Or you can't tell?
the dermatologist told him it was deep. He just says it just intermittently, burns. And
why did he go to the dermatologist? He just assumed it was the skin?
well, I guess his primary care doctor sent him there.
Okay,
He didn't
so-
know. He said it was from sun damage, and then but the dermatologist he also has his skin is like itching and flaked.
Yeah,
And
that's
he said it was two different things, is what he said.
Well, the guy,
dermatologist told him.
he's 85, right?
Right.
So he hasn't been following nutritional protocols and strategies probably most of his life, correct?
He's on statin drugs. I've told
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's following their model.
Well, there you go. His body's falling apart. According to the medical model, we fall apart, late 70s, and we hang on a few more years depending on who we are, and then we just deteriorate on the way, and that's just how it goes. I don't believe that. I believe you can be strong and vital well into your 80s, and as I've said so many times, I'll say it again, the more deteriorated you are, the faster you can turn it around, and the more deficient you are, the faster your body absorbs nutrients. So did you say this is your dad or your father-in-law?
It's my dad.
Okay, so this is your dad.
One other thing, you mentioned the blood sugars. They did tell him once at the VA that he had diabetes, and they wanted to put him on medicine, and he wouldn't do it.
Well, I agree. I think medicine for diabetes is really crazy, but that doesn't mean you can just go about your merry way and live your life. Right? So, yeah, I was going to say, it sounds to me like he's deficient in some nutrients, especially nutrients like niacin and essential fats. So I'd be right away getting him on the Ultimate Niacin and the Healthy Start Pack. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I don't know if he's going to be you're going to have a psychological issue getting him to take supplements and do things, because most people don't, at the age of 85, don't want to change. So do what you can do. But I'm going to tell you the most important things, and whatever you can get in him it's going to help him out. So first of all, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Just make him find a place where he likes the taste of it and have him sip on it. It'll make a huge difference. Then if you're going to do more stuff, you want to start working on fats. The dry skin and the nerve disorders both have to do with essential fatty acid issues, so the ultimate EFAs. It sounds like he's got neuropathy, which is a diabetic thing, and especially if they already told him he's got blood sugar problems. So start to use anti-diabetic nutrients. The niacin will help the body process sugar. Chromium and vanadium and the sweeties will do the same thing. And you might want to get him the osteomag, magnesium and selenium also for that matter, and zinc. All play a very important role in how the body handles sugar. And again, I'm telling you all these things. I doubt he's going to want to do them all, but I'm just going to tell you so you know what you have, all the wonderful things you have at your disposal that can make a huge, huge difference. In order of importance, I would say first is the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and then the second is the Ultimate EFAs, but they're all going to be important. He's got digestive issues. Digestive problems will not only make him toxic, but they're going to also cause him to be essentially malnourished because he can't absorb. So he's essentially starving to death, basically. Even though he may be getting the protein and the fats and the carbs, especially the carbs, he's not getting the micronutrients. So that's why working on the gut is so important, even though it doesn't seem like he has a direct digestive problem. He probably does, but you didn't mention that. And that would be the nightly essence, more fiber, vegetable juices. Again, if you want to simplify things, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Ultimate EFAs, and veggie juices, and also bone soup. Lots of bone soup. But anything you do for him, the smallest little steps you take will have a huge impact on him, because he is so deficient and malnourished and so unhealthy. All right? Okay. Does that help you?
That helps. I see it as my job to give him the information, and that's it.
Let him do it. Absolutely. It's good attitude.
Man. He can do it.
Good attitude. The most important thing I would tell you is if he's really serious about it, let him know he can make a huge, huge, huge difference by doing even a few of these ideas. Huge difference, way out of proportion to the difficulty of taking the steps of sipping on the BTT. Doesn't take any work, but he can make a huge, huge, huge difference in his health. Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you, man.
All right, Steve. Thanks. I call that leverage. I love the idea of leverage. Nutrition gives you leverage. You want to take small steps, get big results. That's what a lever does. A small little movement gives you big results. And nutritional supplementation, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, especially because it's liquid, it's powder and then liquid, that gives you a lot of leverage. And especially if you're sick or you're in a nursing home or you're elderly or frail in any way. All right, 844-236-6010. Let's go to Rob in Illinois. Good morning, Rob. Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good. Good morning. What's going on?
My father is 82 and has Parkinson's.
Okay.
About 6 weeks ago, he started having some hallucinations, and so they lowered his Sentimet dosage. 3 days ago, it's like night and day. His hallucinations, the delusion, became very, very intensified. I was wondering, everything I read online, and the doctors don't give me much clarity on this, is it the medicine that's causing the hallucinations? Or is it
absolutely both? There's no way to know. Here's the thing. Parkinson's disease is the same thing as Alzheimer's disease.
Okay.
It's the same idea, except it happens to be that the part of the brain that's deteriorating when you have Alzheimer's is a little bit different than the part of the brain that's deteriorating when you have Parkinson's. But they're very similar in the sense that they're just brain tissue deterioration. Brain tissue degeneration. Now, who's to say whether the hallucinations, the delusions are a part of Parkinson's or a part of Alzheimer's? There's no way to say. These are just arbitrary diagnoses. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just an arbitrary name. And then they go and treat the arbitrary name, and they go, we're having a hard time treating this arbitrary name. We don't have any treatments for this arbitrary name, because you can't treat an arbitrary name. Do you follow me? You can't treat it. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's like this blind spot that we have in the medical model, and our patients do too. So the bad news is by the time he's got this kind of deterioration, he's way down the road. Way down the road. The good news is that he can make a huge difference, huge, visible, profound, dramatic difference with a supplementation program and nutritional strategies. Huge. So if you immediately start to control what he's eating, staying away from any processed food and any heated oils and any sugar foods that require insulin and blood sugar metabolism, any of those kinds of foods, bread, pasta, rice, that alone will make a huge difference. And you'll notice the symptoms get worse after he drinks fruit juice. Watch what happens. I'm guaranteeing you this. His symptoms are going to flare after he does fruit juice, after he does soda pop, after he does Jell-O, after he does any nursing home food. You'll notice that he gets worse. Is he in a nursing home?
No, he's not.
Okay, so just notice when he eats those kinds of foods, what happens. Just keep track of when he flares. This flare up in the last couple of days could very well have been due to something he ate.
But here's the weird thing. And I know this doesn't make any sense, but we've cleaned up his diet tremendously. Okay,
well, that helps.
About a week ago, I mean, he's down to probably 5 grams of sugar a day.
So what is he eating?
This couldn't be like a detox or anything.
No, it couldn't be, not necessarily. But he's on meds too, right?
He's on Cinemet and he's on something for incontinence. I can't pronounce it.
I don't know what that is, but that could easily affect the brain. The incontinence drugs work with neurotransmitters, a lot of them. That could easily be affecting his brain. And he's pretty young, relatively speaking. This should not be happening. So that tells me he's been breaking down for a while. Yeah. So you're already focused on the food. That's great. Now start working with probiotics.
He's on probiotics. And
good deal.
I've heard you talk about IV glutathione. He has his first treatment of that next week.
I can't wait to hear. I hope you'll either send me an email or call us back and let me know. That'll make a big, big difference. Awesome. Did you hear about that from us?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, that's great. But also start building glutathione. Selenium will help. High doses of vitamin C, as long as he doesn't mess up his bowels, because you got to go to what's called bowel tolerance with that. Give him the B complex throughout the day. If he's not on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day, go get a B100. Just keep him on the B complex and keep him on electrolytes from vegetable juices or from the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That's what I'd be focusing on right now is electrolytes, B vitamins, and vitamin C. Those are his water-soluble vitamins. And then is he on essential fatty acids?
Yes.
Stay on those. You might want to up the dose on those, especially the omega-3s. If he's eating fish or if he can eat fish, make sure he's doing fish. Anything with the omega-3s in there. Also, I'd be doing high doses of vitamin E. 400 internet. By high doses, I mean 400 to 800 a day. And look for the mixed tocopherols and mixed tocotrienols. Lots you can do. I've got to go, Rob, but I hope you'll stay in touch and let us know what happens with that glutathione. Thank you so much for your call. And thank you to all my Smart Bright Side listeners. I appreciate all of you guys, and thanks for checking out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com and all the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And please think about joining the Brightside Ben team and helping change the world by using the power of nutrition. Click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. That's it for now. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.